Welcome to the We Got Notes podcast, hosted by your cinema connoisseurs. That includes myself, Shawn, that's Shawn Edwards, and my girl, Fahnia Thomas. Now, check this out. This is the only spot with two certified film critics in the building, offering uninhibited and jocular chats about film and television.
Hey, that's right, Shawn. Each month, we'll bring you stories from sets, tales from behind the scenes, and movie reviews, plus some TV thoughts from the latest releases. Because we got notes. So chill out, grab a snack, and vibe with us. And if you got notes, let us know. Drop them in the comments. We might read some. We're back in episode 7. We're going to talk to you guys about Blitz. The war drama is out now. And let me tell you, I like the film. I'm just going to say that right now. Okay, but let me tell you the synopsis. Blitz follows the epic journey of George, a 9-year-old boy in World War II London, whose mother, Rita, sends him to safety in the English countryside. George, defiant and determined to return home to his mom and his grandfather in East London, embarks on an adventure, only to find himself in immense peril while a distraught Rita searches for her missing son. I think Steve McQueen did his big one on this one. I really, really liked Blitz. From beginning to end, I was invested. I was locked in. I wanted to know more. I wanted to see more. I wanted to know more about this time period. Was there a real George? What happened to the other kids? There was so much stuff that after this film, I went to the Google bar to find out more things because I wanted to know more. I liked George. He was smart. He was scrappy. It was an adventure that I was like, I need to know what happens. And it's up and down. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers. I know Shawn doesn't like that, so we're not gonna do that. But he encounters all these different people on his adventure. And I'm just like, oh, is he gonna make it? Like, what's gonna happen? And with all of that in the backdrop is this beautiful, like red Bordeaux, rich costume, lip choice, wardrobe choice against this dark, depressing, very sad time period. But it just pops from the screen. I was locked in.
Well, you were locked in because director Steve McQueen is a bad boy. I mean, Steve McQueen is like, look, if there was like a director's draft of current working directors working in the industry right now, and I had the number one pick, he my Patrick Mahomes. Like I'm picking Steve McQueen. Like if you like, or if somebody said you got a script and you need one person on the planet to direct your script, who are you calling first? I'm like, I am calling Steve McQueen or Sir Steve McQueen.
Sir Steve McQueen. Okay.
Steve McQueen is like, he's a tactician. He's the closest thing to Kobe Bryant we have in the film world because he don't play. Like everything he does is just, it's flawless. I literally was watching this film and felt like I was in 1940s London. Like,
yes.
I'm like, wow. Because this film deals with, Great Britain's declared war on Germany. Germany's like, what y'all doing? We're going to bomb the hell out of y'all. And allegedly, this film was inspired while he was working on another project and came across a photograph of a mixed race boy evacuating the city of London in 1940. And if you go back and look at that old black and white photograph, they cast this young kid in the movie and he looks just like the kid in the photograph. It's really eerie and amazing, but it's good stuff. And like the young kid, Elliot Heffernan, or Heffernan, or how do you say it? It's Elliot Heffernan.
So I did have to look it up. It's Heffernan.
Heffernan, Elliot Heffernan is amazing. Like, because a lot of times kid actors don't sell it because they don't feel natural. They feel like kids who are acting. But
Yes.
he was like so completely natural. And then, okay, another name that I can never pronounce.
I got you. It's it's Saoirse. I'm sorry.
Saoirse.
See, Sir Shaw.
Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But the
Yes.
thing that I really love most about this film is how Steve McQueen is such a genius that he creates this tapestry and he pulls you in because you feel like you're in London. You feel like it's the 1940s. You actually
Yes.
feel the bomb dropping over your head. And he gives you this mother-son story without beating you over the head that this isn't your normal, usual mother-son story, because the story is allowed to exist. The story is allowed to play out. The love of her son, you can feel her love for her son and her son's longing to get back home. And we don't do the whole race thing.
Right.
Like never, it's not the it's not the driving part of the plot. It's not what we're dwelling on. These are just individuals who are existing during these turbulent times who just want to get back to being normal. They want to get back to their home. They want to get back to their loving environment. They want to interact with one another. They don't want to be separated. And it is so brilliantly done. It's just a piece of solid storytelling that's been flawlessly recreated to make you feel you've been transported back in time. And that's the genius of Steve McQueen. It's just a great story. It's just a terrific film that happens to take place through a certain part of history with these people that you can actually connect with and feel their pain and their yearning and their longing. And that's just like, yo, that's a movie.
That is a
That's a
blockbuster
movie. That's a
movie.
movie. That's a
Like
movie.
you
That's a
said,
movie.
the juxtaposition of the brutal wartime up against the opulence of 1940s with the champagne, the live music, the big band, wearing your diamonds out to dinner, like it just and it flows and it's like you said, the
Yes.
racial inequality of it all, it's sprinkled in there. It's not a main character, it's not hit over your head, you know what's there, but the dopeness of like what we get to visually see and how he weaves the story
Yeah.
together,
But
the
it's
train
smart.
station singing,
Yes. Oh,
like
it's great. It's
against
great.
like the light and it's just like every scene delivered, it was strong, it was well done. I just following George when he meets Tommy and like it's on this like Lost Boy, like
Yeah,
the
it's a
hook
lot of
version of
that.
Lost
A lot of
Boys.
it's and I there's some familiarity to his journey, but I don't mind that.
Oh,
Like,
I love it. I love
yeah,
it. Like
I didn't
him,
mind it. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I
I
did not
love
mind
I love the looters. I love Tommy. I love the little girl on
it.
the train. Like I was like, yes, like where are we going next? Are we gonna how are we gonna get out of this? Like it is just like you said, it's the story is told very well. Yes, it's the backdrop of a very sad time. But it didn't make me feel like heavy and like overly emotional.
No,
Which I
no,
thought was
no. That's no, no. Steve did that with 12 Years a Slave. Like, this is not. Yes, this is not 12 Years a Slave. Like 12 Years
no.
a Slave. I was 12 Years a Slave. I was exhausted. I don't think I talked to a human for 48 hours after I watched that movie.
Yo, we all
I was like,
needed 24 hours to like decompress and like, wait, what? Like, it was a therapy session. It was a full on therapy session.
like
Like, whoa.
Steve took me through the woods, the cabin, and back on that one. Like, bruh, like, okay. I'm like, I don't even know how y'all made this because y'all had to do this day after day. Nope.
I can't even look at a bar of soap the same way. Like,
Man, I still don't look at Lapita the same. Like, it's been years. Like,
yo,
but she got that golden trophy. She deserved every bit of that trophy. Like, girl, you should have got two.
she
Like,
earned that. She earned that. And speaking of trophies,
that.
I think Elliot, he came out strong for his debut. Like, he
No,
came out
no, he's
holding
good. Like I
his
said,
weight.
Yeah. Child actors, they either work or they really don't work.
Yes. And
They work.
I don't even prefer, I'm going to say this. I don't even prefer interviewing a lot of child actors because it's
No,
just like, it's going to be 50-50. Like it's a coin toss. It's either going to be
every
really
time,
bad or really
every
good.
time, every time, every time. But no, but the thing, like I said, the thing that I really, like I said, I really appreciate how they handle the character of Rita, the mother,
Mhm.
because, you know, like we said, at the centerpiece of this movie is a mixed race, biracial child, but there's no judgment. Like, you know, it's not one of those type of movies. And I can appreciate that. I appreciate that POV that Steve McQueen has given us, that he allows these characters to just exist. Because a lot of times when you're watching a film and it starts going into the whole race thing, it just feels like you're getting hit over the head with a hammer. And Steve ain't having none of that. Now
None.
there's a time and a place for like a Do the Right Thing or like a Jungle Fever or The Hate You Give. This ain't it. This is just beautiful storytelling.
How many claps are you
Clap
giving?
four. I'm going 4 solid claps. I can't go 5 because I didn't think that it was that original of a story, but it is flawlessly executed. I was never bored. I enjoyed it. I I didn't mind going on along for the ride. And Miss Ronan, for my money, she the real deal. I mean, she's the real deal. Like she can boogie. She the
I mean,
real.
there's a reason why she has 4 Oscar noms.
She is
She's a
the
heavy
real deal.
hitter.
Yeah, but
And
Steve, like I said, if there was a director's draft, Steve is my number one draft choice. Like Steve McQueen is no joke.
I agree. I'm going to give Blitz 5. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I haven't given 5 claps to
Oh,
any
you
film
haven't.
yet. This film,
I can see it.
I was locked in from beginning to end. Delivery, I mean,
If anybody wants to check it out, it is currently now playing on Apple TV. All right, as you can see, we always got notes and we have lots of notes, but we appreciate y'all for chilling with us, sticking with us. And if you got notes, let us know and check back in next week for our notes on all, and I mean all, the latest releases.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the We Got Notes podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts.